Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Saturday evening from the Shield Center as we get to our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. It's our final game of 4 as we get to our final state qualifier of the eastern side, as it's the Linton-HMB Lions, head coached by Alex Jangula with a mark of 17 wins and 8 losses on the season, going up against the Chargers of Nelson County. Head coach is Tyson Ackerman with a mark of 17 wins and 7 losses on the year. Winner of this game makes their way to the Mounted State Dome. Loser sees their season come to a close. We're back after this here on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Go to irieins.com to get a free quote started today.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
Our Peterson Farm seed reps, real-life seed heroes, well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed, we're that kind of seed company.
As we come back here on our pregame show, take a look at other games that have gone final across the state of North Dakota here today for boys and girls basketball. In AA at the Bismarck Event Center, the Consolation Championship goes to Bismarck Legacy with a 64-59 win over the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Third place was able to be a win for the Dickinson Mavericks over West Fargo, the Packers, in a closely tight contested affair, 93-88. The win for the Dickinson Mavericks over the West Fargo Packers. And then from there, you had Bismarck Century and Bismarck High going to play in the championship a little bit later on tonight. On the girls' side in AA, consolation title went to Bismarck Legacy 59-53. Amandan absolutely took down Century 65-38 for third. A championship game currently in action between Fargo Davies and Minot High. In the State A qualifiers, the bracket is set after 4 wins defeated Oak Grove. Wahpeton down Grafton in the east, and then in the west it was Turtle Mountain over Trinity, and Beulah took care of the Rugby Panthers. So here's what the state tournament will look like at the Fargo Dome on Thursday. Central cast the number 2 seed against the 7th seed of Turtle Mountain at 1 o'clock on Thursday from the Dome. You have 4 wins in Milwaukee, and the Indians will go up against the Skyhawks of Shiloh Christian at 2:45 in the 3-6 matchup, with 4 wins in Milwaukee being the 3. The 1-8 with Devils Lake and Dunseith at 6:30. The Devils Lake Firebirds will be at 6:30 against the Dunseith Dragons. Then at 8:15 it's Beulah and Wahpeton between the Miners and the Wahpeton Huskies. Again, that is the State A boys basketball tournament. State B, from some games that have gone final from earlier today, able to see just a few moments ago in the State B portion of the bracket with a 55-48 win for North Star. Hunter Hagler with 21 points and 9 rebounds in the win for the Bearcats. And then out west, able to see our Redeemers get by Bowman County 73-39 for our Redeemers with the win in that state qualifier. So that's a look at the games from across the way. When we come back on our pregame show, take a look at some of the players to watch out for and the road to the qualifier for both Linton-HMB, Nelson County. Take a look at some of the history for both the programs as well. That and more are still to come later today here from the Shack.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we continue on our pregame show, taking a look at the road to a qualifier for both the Lions and the Chargers here tonight on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in to our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. For the visiting Linton-HMB Lions, their road to a qualifier, they beat Napoleon Gacko Streeter in the District 2 quarterfinals. They topped Ellendale in the semis and lost to Linton-HMB for the Linton-HMB Lions. Then they lost in the District 2 championship. In the region tournament, they beat Sargent County in the Region 1 qualifiers, topped Kidder County in the semis, and lost to Madonna Pinger Buchanan in the title for the Linton-HMB Lions. For the Lions, last time they made it to a state tournament was 2014. Made it twice as Linton-HMB in 2012 and 2014, 18 times as Linton, and 2 times for Hazelton. Here for the Lions with their most recent championship coming up against Dakota Prairie back in 2009 with an 82-63 win for the Lions, which Dakota Prairie now part of this Lakota and Dakota Prairie Co-op of Nelson County, and the Chargers here. As for Nelson County, look the last couple years since the 3-division system. Last year, 8-13 overall, lost to Larimore in a region qualifier in the District 4 tournament. 2 years ago, 15-7, lost to Langdon Edmore Munich in the Region 1B quarters. For the Lions last year, went 15-8 and 18-5 and lost in the Region 1B quarterfinals respectively for Linton-HMB. Well, for this Nelson County Charger team, they beat North Star in a District 4 quarterfinal round matchup, lost to St. John in the semis, and beat Benson County in a region qualifier in their district tournament. While for Nelson County, they beat Drayton Valley Edinburgh in the Region 2B quarters, topped North Border in the semis, and lost to Midway Minto 56-49 against the Mustangs in the Region 2B championship here for Nelson County. When we come back on the pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. We'll take a look at some of the players to watch out for, and we return all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening tip.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsborough area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cazette Seed Sales, Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns. Weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At IRE Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact IRE Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Now, for these teams, a couple of players to watch out for in terms of some of the stat lines as well. For the Nelson County Chargers, head coach is Tyson Ackerman. Longest winning streak of the season, 5 games from January the 13th to the 26th. One note for the Chargers, they're 1-4 when their opposition scores 60 or more on the season for Nelson County, averaging 58 points per game, while defensively giving up 47 points per contest for the Chargers. Jackson Jeremo, the Alt-Region 2B selection here, the 6'6 sophomore on the inside here for Nelson County, looking for their 18th win of the season. The Lions also looking for their 18th win of the season. Head coach is Alex Jangala here. They open up the season 2-4, and since then have done a very good job. They've won 6 out of 7 with their longest winning streak being 5 games from February the 19th to March the 9th here for the Lions. They're 4-8 when the opposition scores 60 or more as well. So for both the Chargers and the Lions, trying to avoid their team that they're playing against to score 60, because when they do, numbers not in their favor for either club. A couple all-region selections with Justin Bosch, the 5'8" junior guard, and then from there, Isaac Silvernagel, the 6'3" senior forward here as well for the Linton-HMB Lions. The Lions and the Chargers will join North Star, the Bearcats, who just won over a half hour ago with a final of 55-48 over the North Star Bearcats. So far today here from the Shack, 4 wins Milwaukee over Oak Grove in the A. Wahpeton dismantled Grafton in their second state qualifier, 61-43. EKM comes up short to North Star as the Bearcats win it 55-48, and then we'll see Linton-HMB and Nelson County in our final contest here in this one. At the halftime, at half of the state AA girls basketball championship, Minot leads over Davies 30-20. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by IRE Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want. Go to IREINS.com. We come back, starting lineup, send the opening tip. That is next.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
You need a bear in there.
check out bearshomesolutions.com.
As we get you ready for the pregame show, wrapping up, again brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. It's now time for our starting lineups. A reminder, the broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. I'm Chase Miller with you as we take a look at this particular matchup. And our starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. Our officials here tonight of our final game, Brett Engelbretson, Adam Grant, and Jordan Larson here for our three-man officiating crew. We'll start with the starting lineups first for the Linton-HMB Lions. The Lions in their maroon uniforms with the gold numerals and lettering, Lions across the front outlined in white. Here for Alex Jangula and the Linton-HMB Lions with a mark of 17 wins and 8 losses on this season, beating Kidder County 58-49 in the third place game of the Region 1B boys basketball tournament out at Valley City at the Highliner Activity Center, averaging 66 points per game defensively, giving up 57 points per contest. As for the Lions, they'll roll like this. In the backcourt is Brody Richter. Richter, the 6'1 sophomore guard here for Linton-HMB. An all-Region 1 selection in Justin Bosch, the 5'11 junior guard here for Justin, again a all-Region 1 selection. Also from there, a all-Region 1 team in Isaac Silvernagel, the 6'3 senior forward, with Jaden Jokum, the 5'11 junior guard. And then Peyton Massett, the 6'1 senior forward here for Linton-HMB. Again, Richter, Bosch, Silvernagel, Jokum, and Massett. Here for the Linton-HMB Lions head coach is Alex Jangula. Well, from there for the Nelson County Chargers, head coach is Tyson Ackerman with a mark of 17 wins and 7 losses on this season. They lost to Midway Minto 56-49 in the Region 2B tournament, as the Chargers averaging 58 points per game defensively, giving up 47 points per contest. Rainsbury, Brody Rainsbury, the 5'10 senior guard, and then you have Zane Anderson, a 6'2 sophomore. You got Tyler Baglow, the 6'2 senior, Baglow at 6'2", followed by Ryder Schmidt, the 6'3 senior forward. And then from there you got Jackson Jeremo, the 6'6 sophomore center. Again, Rainsbury, Anderson, Baglow, Schmidt, and Jeremo. For Nelson County, head coach is Tyson Ackerman with a mark of 17 wins and 7 losses. Chargers in their white uniforms with Chargers across the front in black with the black numerals here today in this one. That's our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. Brett Engelbretson will do the honors in the circle. Opening tip right on cue at the top of the hour here for our final game of the state qualifiers from the Shield Center. The Chargers in their whites, the Lions in their maroon. Let's get ready for a little basketball here on a Saturday night. Opening tip at 6:59, won by the Nelson County Chargers. As Nelson County with Rainsbury will see this in the front court. At the high post, right-handed side to Jeremo. Jeremo will hand this one off down to Baglow. Baglow looks for a teammate, left-handed side to Anderson. On the interior to Schmidt. Schmidt gets doubled. Jeremo left of the key three-pointer, up and in. Opening 3 points here for the Chargers on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Linton-HMB crossover. Here goes Bosch to the paint, missing the layup. Rebound by Rainsbury. as Rainsbury and the Chargers want to get out and run here for Nelson County. Rainsbury with it, able to reverse pivot now to Anderson. Anderson taking the rub screen here, makes his way to the high post, looking for the pick and roll, and this will be nearly a turnover as it gets slipped in, but it is a turnover as Schmidt just threw it up behind him as he lost the balance. Lions go the other side with Bosch. Bosch left and inside. There's a jab step on the way for Silvernagel. Silvernagel zips it now to Jokum. Jokum takes the ball screen here, looks for a teammate, lost it, regains possession. We have a tie up in the arrow. Will favor Linton-HMB. As you expect early on, a lot of vinegar, so to speak, a lot of energy for both these two teams early on in the basketball game, trying to settle in. Linton-HMB will sip this one out of Richter. Richter on the baseline takes a couple of dribbles for the Lions. Back up top now to Bosch. On the inside, it goes to Massett. Massett turns, shot is up and in. Albany points here for the Linton-HMB. Lions comes for Peyton Massett. As Lions a little full court token press, it's Jokum on the guard as they see this one up top now to Anderson. Anderson crossing the timeline for Nelson County, leaves it left and inside to Baglow. Baglow on the interior to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Baglow. Baglow gives it to Schmidt on the inside, back to Baglow. Little hot potato. Baglow, three-pointer. It swirls and so as Tyler Baglow hits the triple. Nelson County now leads it by 4. Ball screen coming as this goes to Bosch. Right to the key. Here's a 3. That'll go along by Massett. Rebound, though, for the Lions on the inside. Up and off the window. Can't get it to go by Richter. Loose board eventually won by Schmidt and Nelson County. Rainsbury will see this in the front court. Rainsbury with the head of steam leaves it right-handed side. With it goes Anderson. Anderson looks for a teammate. Will leave it now to Schmidt. Schmidt back around the world as it goes to Baglow. Baglow gives it to Rainsbury, left wing. He'll rise. The three-pointer is going to be long. Rebound to Massett, his first in the contest. Lions now with Bosch in the front court. Bosch a little jitterbug move left to right to Richter. Richter rips it through to the paint, off the window, up and long. Rebound comes down to Anderson, his first. Chargers want to run as they do with Anderson. Bounce pass, right-hand side, finger roll, layup in transition, and Richter. The Nelson County Chargers lead it 8-2. So good run here for Nelson County. Linton-HMB getting some decent looks, just can't fall as they lost it on the way up there in the hand of Jokum. Turnover the first here for the Lions, and the Chargers will set it up with Rainsbury. Rainsbury leaves it right baseline. Baglow sees it right wing. Baglow looks for a teammate, back up top to Rainsbury. Rainsbury to Baglow here on the right baseline with the ball fake as they slip it on the interior to Jeremo. Jeremo gets doubled back to Baglow as they leave it up top to Schmidt. Able to reverse it now to Anderson. Anderson with 10 seconds on the shot clock. They'll make their way to the paint. Lost it on the way up. Schmidt now to Rainsbury. Rainsbury to the paint. Right-handed scoop for 2. It's all Nelson County as a Charger faithful on their feet. 4:40 to play in the opening quarter. Chargers lead by 8.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Visit banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, as Nelson County right now in full rhythm, up by 8 early in this first quarter play. Little weave, Richter left and inside. We'll see it now to Carson Wagner, a sophomore. We'll see it right inside now to Bosch. Back to Richter. He'll shoot the left wing three-pointer up and swirl that puppy on in. Brody Richter, the 6'1 sophomore guard, hits the first three-pointer of the contest for Linton-HMB. Rainsbury in the front court will leave it right-handed side. That'll go to Anderson. Anderson looks for a teammate here. Back now to Baglow. Baglow at the right wing takes a couple of dribbles, finds a cutting teammate to the paint, off the back, and there's a foul. Sundin to the free throw line for the 6'3 senior center. Foul assessed here on Linton-HMB and Silvernagel. His first and the team's first on the way, as we'll see free throw opportunity here for Nelson County as they will make their way to the free throw line to shoot 2 for Landon Sundin, the 6'3 senior. His first free throw attempt is going to be off the iron. Second free throw attempt on the way for Nelson County. Part of the Dakota Prairie and Dakota Co-op, Linton-HMB of Linton, Hazelton, Moffett, and Braddock. Free throw attempt number 2 is going to be long. Rebound loose underneath for the Lions as this one goes to Massett, his second. Bosch in the front court, dribble enters, right wing, little elevator screen to Richter, and this is an offensive foul on the way.
Foul's been charged to the Lions, number 3.
This will be on Silvernagel, just never set his second. As Silvernagel will check out, coming in will be Jokum. While for the Chargers, we'll see Schmidt checking in for Jeremo. As the Nelson County Chargers, we'll see this here to Anderson. Anderson will rock it across the timeline, now gets by his defender, leaves it left and inside to Schmidt. Schmidt from the left block up and in. Ryder Schmidt for the left block, he's got 4. Nelson County leads it by 7. Other side goes Bosch to the right wing, Richter. Richter with it back to Bosch here in the backcourt. Bosch will launch a rainbow 3, book it! Bosch, nothing but twine. And the Lions are back within 4. Nelson County here with Anderson. Anderson leaves it to Rainsbury. Rainsbury left wing. He's going to drive on the attack. Throws it up on the finger roll layup. No, ball gets tipped out right to Schmidt, who can't get that one to go. And we eventually get a tie-up with the foul, foul coming. Ryder Schmidt with the rebound alongside with Richter on the inside. Foul goes to the aforementioned Schmidt. His first and the team's first here. Check that. That will not go on Schmidt. That'll go on Sundin. So Lennon Sundin with the foul, his first. For Linton-HMB, weathering the storm a little bit here after being down 10-2. A couple of three-pointers helps. Ball goes left and inside. That goes to Wagner. Back now. Here's a 3 again. Yes! Little flare screen to Bosch in the right wing, and Bosch hit both of them without iron. And the Lions are back within 1. Huso into the contest now, the 5'10 sophomore guard. They give it up top to Sundin, reverse it left wing to Rainsbury, now the baseline. That'll go to Huso. Huso gets walled off to Sundin. Sundin with it, slip pass as it goes to Rainsbury. Rainsbury to Schmidt, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Rainsbury on the interior, little power dribble, throwing it up off the window. No after the attempt there by Anderson. Rebound 1 here to Massett, his third, and the Lions looking to take a first lead of the game with a made field goal here. Ball goes up top to Bosch. They go underneath the screen again. Bosch thought about a 3. Leaves this one off. Here goes a Jokum three-pointer off the iron. No rebound though for the Lions. Putback is up long after the attempt as Schmidt clears the window after the miss there by Wagner on the inside. Rainsbury with it at the top. 2 minutes left to play. A back and forth first quarter. Rainsbury will see this nearly a turnover. Rainsbury gets the ball back to Sundin. High post now to Schmidt. Back to Sundin to Rainsbury left wing. Rainsbury attacks paint, slip pass on the interior to Schmidt from the right block. Block shot here by Richter. Lions want to get on in transition as they do. Left and inside, Richter off the window, and Sundin will commit the foul. Landon Sundin with the foul, his second, team second, and 2 free throws for the opposite number 1 in Brody Richter. The 6'1 sophomore guard to the free throw line to shoot 2 here for the Linton-HMB Lions. Is Richter to the free throw line here. Free throw attempt is up and in. He's got 4. His Chargers will bring in Jeremo into the game for Sundin. Free throw attempt number 2 here on the way as the Lions have tied this one up at 12. Looking to take their first lead of the contest with the Richter free throw. That'll go short. Rebound is loose and eventually going to be won here by Anderson as Nelson County will reset offensively. Scored 10 points in the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Scored 2 points since then over the last couple of minutes. Baglow lost it for a moment. Baglow uses up the dribble right-hand side now as it goes to Huso. Huso takes the screen, leaves it. Dribble pull back deep, 2-pointer short. And we'll see the ball go out of bounds. Last touch here through the hands of Schmidt. It will be Linton-HMB with the basketball. As Alex Jangula calls out the offense here for the Lions. Lions with Justin Bosch in the front court. Bosch right-handed side will see this to Silvernagel. Check that, that's Richter. Richter takes the screen. Richter leave it, driving kick as it'll be in the hands of Massett. Massett gets walled off, back to Bosch. Bosch at the right wing, trying to get by Baglow, does, looking for the reversal. Blocked shot by Mr. Jackson Jeremo here for Nelson County. Protecting the paint. Huso to Baglow, left wing. Baglow looks for a teammate, finds one now to Anderson. He'll rise, the three, top of the key, long board. Going to be one here to Wagner. Wagner with it, looks for a teammate, finds one to Jokum. Is Jokum in the front court with about a 2-second to game clock to shot clock separation here to end the first quarter. Now it's to Richter. Richter skips left and inside to Wagner. Wagner with the basketball with 15 seconds. We'll see this one now to Jokum. Jokum, couple of dribbles with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jokum going to take not one but two screens at the left wing with 5 seconds. Jokum to the paint. Jokum makes his way. There's a block shot on the way for Schmidt. Now with 4 seconds with 3 to Jeremo. Jeremo trying to cross the timeline. It goes to Baglow. Half-court heave is short. That's how we'll end our first quarter play. We're tied at 12 apiece between Linton-HMB and Nelson County on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
New Solid Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Broadcasting today from the Nodak Insurance Chris Moan Agency broadcast booth, your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. As this one makes its way tipped out of bounds. For more information, go to 701-757-1613. With Chris Moan, Nodak Insurance Agency, Chase Miller with you here today, courtside from the Shield Centers. Nelson County opens up the second quarter on a turnover. They're led by the 4 points here for Ryder Schmidt. Linton-HMB led by the 6 of Justin Bosch with 2 threes. Bosch, right-handed side, will see this to Parker Massett. Parker Massett on the interior is Richter, partially blocked, able to stay with it. Then we get a tie-up here with Richter and Zane Anderson, and it will remain Linton-HMB basketball. On the baseline here for the Lions, as we'll see if there is enough of a possession to rechange the shot clock, and they're going to say, no, there's not, as they'll keep it at 19 and inbound it here for Bosch. Bounce pass right-handed side goes to Peyton Massett. Back to Bosch. Right pocket three. That'll go long. Rebound by Baglow. Tips it out right to a Charger hand here at Anderson. Anderson trying to go coast to coast off the window. No. Rebounds loose by Huso and a foul for Linton-HMB. See what the foul's assessed on. This will be on number 15, Peyton Massett. His first, team's first. Substitution as Rainsbury checks in for the Chargers for Baglow. And we'll see Zane Anderson to inbound the basketball. Anderson will see it to Schmidt. Schmidt handoff. Anderson, 15-foot jumper. Short rebound off of who will be off of Jeremo after Richter was on the defense. At 6'1", Jeremo at 6'6". Linton-HMB with Bosch, Richter on the floor alongside with Carson Wagner, Peyton Massett, and also from there with Parker Massett. Handoff, Richter, top of the key, three-pointer up short, rebound's gonna be tipped around, eventually the hands of Massett, and he gets the putback for two. Parker Massett with 2 points. The Lions have their first lead of the contest at 14-12. They were down 10-2 since that mark. It's been a good run here for Linton-HMB at 12-2 over the last 5.5 minutes. Ball makes its way left and inside Huso. Huso left wing to Rainsbury. Rainsbury at the free throw line now to Schmidt. He'll rise for the answer three. Yes! Ryder Schmidt with the triple. He's got 7 points, 3 rebounds, and the Chargers lead it by 1. Left and inside goes to Wagner. Wagner with the basketball here will have a hard handoff left wing. This goes to Richter. Richter, 2 hard dribbles inside. Richter lost it on his way up. It's loose, and eventually a turnover as Anderson gets the steal. Anderson for the Chargers will leave way to Rainsbury, who crosses his timeline. Back now left and inside to Anderson. Anderson looks for a teammate, finds one. Jeremo spins on the baseline, up and in for 2. Jackson now with 5 here for Nelson County. Chargers lead it by 3. They go underneath the screen. Bosch to tie. The three, short. Rebound. Richter, power dribble inside the paint. He gets walled off, and then Rainsbury gets the steal. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. Tyson Ackerman wants to take a breather. 5:53 to play here in the half. It's Nelson County up by 3.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. Visit banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender at Bank North. 17-14 Chargers out in front. Rainsbury will see this in the front court. Slips it on the inside to Schmidt. Schmidt from the left block, and he gets fouled. And his man sealed, and then the help comes, and Schmidt will be at the line to shoot 2. Foul will be assessed here on Linton-HMB. This will be on Carson Wagner, his first, team second. And we'll see 2 free throw attempts on the way here for Nelson County for Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt free throw up and in. 8 points, 3 rebounds for Schmidt. Second free throw attempt on the way as the Chargers now lead it by 4. So Chargers making a good run here in the last couple of possessions, and they hit another one here for Schmidt. That's for Nelson County, currently now 2 of 4 from the free throw line. They lead it by 5. Right-handed side goes right wing. Here to Jokum. Jokum slip pass on the inside to Massett. Back to the right baseline. Silvernagel, 3, book it. Isaac Silvernagel with the triple from the right baseline here. And give the assist on the way to Parker Massett. As Linton-HMB back within 2, left wing. This will be to Anderson as they give it to Jeremo up top. As they work with it on the interior to Schmidt, he gets double teamed left and inside out to Anderson. Anderson step through, inside runner, no. Anderson put back, follows his own shot, yes. Zane Anderson, 2 points and 4 rebounds here as the Chargers size providing a little bit of a mismatch on the window. Wagner takes a screen. He goes up with it, lost it. It's inside. Jeremo gets the steal. Turnover number 4 for the Lions. Zane Anderson, right wing, will see it now in the hands of Huso. Huso will come into a crow hop as they work with it on the interior. Here goes Schmidt. Schmidt through the double team short. Rebound going to be 1, and this will be a foul with Schmidt. Ryder Schmidt with the foul. That'll be his first, team's first of the second quarter. Substitution as Baglow will check in with Sundin here for Nelson County. Linton-HMB with Brody Richter will check into the game here for the Lions. As coming out of the game is Carson Wagner, the 6'1 sophomore. Right, just rolled the ankle, so he'll get attended to. As now for the Linton-HMB Lions, they'll see this one up the front court with Bosch. Bosch will take the screen now to Silvernagel. Silvernagel right wing bounce pass, and he turned it over. Just threw a bounce pass. It had a little heat on it for Richter while Richter was trying to come back for the basketball. Turnover on Linton-HMB. That'll be their 5th. Lions full court pressure defense as they bring in the front court. Sundin looks it to Baglow. Baglow right hand scoop, and he gets fouled. Jokum with the foul, his first, team's 4th. The guy in the front court to Sundin, who found a back cutting Baglow to the paint for 2 free throw attempts. The 6'2 senior guard Baglow at the stripe. Nelson County sees the free throw attempt up and long here for Tyler. 4:25 left to play in the opening half on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Nelson County leads by 4. Free throw attempt number 2 is going to be long as well. Rebound, 1 here to Richter, his 4th of the contest. And Richter slows up, gives it to Silvernagel, who is nearly not looking for the basketball. Silvernagel, top of the key, goes between the rings. Silvernagel with it, right-handed side. We'll see this to Massett. That's, again, Parker Massett, left-handed side to Richter. Up top to Silvernagel. Silvernagel, little jab step, gets by Sundin to the paint. There's a foul, and this will be on Rainsbury or Sundin. We'll see who it's on. This will be on Rainsbury, his first, the team's 2nd. 2 free throw attempts here for Isaac Silvernagel, the 6'3 senior forward. Silvernagel to the free throw line to shoot 2. The first free throw attempt is up and good. He's got 4. Second free throw attempt on the way here for Silvernagel. is in. Silvernagle now with 5. Substitution in the game as Peyton Massett will check in for the Lions. Linton-HMB back within 2. Over 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter of play. Rainsbury front court will see this one right wing to Baglow. Baglow with the basketball back up top to Ryder Schmidt, able to reverse it to the baseline now as this one goes in the hands of Rainsbury. Up top to Sundin, looking for a little high-low game, nothing there. Rainsbury slips it on the inside to Schmidt. Schmidt inside the paint, it's a shot, no. Rebound is loose, eventually won by the Lions. And the Lions losing the possession for a moment, get the ball back to the Chargers here for Anderson. As Linton-HMB will see this now as they work with it to Baglow, right to the key three-pointer, goes long. Rebound Sundin on the inside, then there's a foul underneath. Before the shot, foul assist here on Peyton Massett. His second, team's 4th, and we'll get Linton-HMB to make a substitution as they will. Carson Wagner will check in as the Lions will make a substitution as Peyton Massett will check out of the contest. Chargers will give it in to Ryder Schmidt. Handoff, jumper, right elbow. That's going to go long. Rebound eventually won here to the Lions on the way for Carson Wagner, his 3rd. Up the floor to Bosch. Bosch will see this here. Justin, he'll rise. Left wing three-pointer long. Rebound off the hand of Richter, but right to a Lion hand here at the top of the key to Wagner. Wagner right wing will give this one now in the handoff to Jokum. Jokum, paint opens up. Floater from 5, up and in. Jaden Jokum gets in the scoring column. And we're tied at 21. Nelson County will see this with Rainsbury left wing. With it left and inside goes Anderson. Anderson from the baseline up and in. Zane Anderson now with 4 points and 4 rebounds. As for the Lions, I'll see this up the floor as they do it. The left wing will hand this one off to Wagner. Wagner to Bosch, back down to Massett. Massett, that's Parker, going to drive and kick. Here's a Richter three-pointer, up and book it. Brody Richter with the tray. He's got 7, and the Linton-HMB Lions lead it by 1. Rainsbury, front court, right-handed side to Baglow. Baglow on the interior, good hedge and a steal coming there for Wagner. Wagner with the basketball, head of steam to the paint. Wagner hanging, shooting, shot, no. Rebound comes down to Zane Anderson, his 5th. Anderson the front court now for Nelson County. Anderson will skip this one to Baglow. Baglow will handle it off now to Rainsbury. Rainsbury with it back to Baglow. Here's shot clock to 20 seconds as we hit the 2-minute warning. Sundin looking for a teammate on the high-low. Sings it left and inside. Rainsbury, couple of dribbles to the left short corner. Step through, up the shot on the finger roll, no. Rebound is loose. Put back here for Nelson County. Got it to go for Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt now in this contest with 11 points and 4 rebounds. Other side goes Jokum. Jokum with the basketball here. 26 seconds on the shot clock. Right-handed side to Richter. Richter with a little cradle rock with it now to Bush. Bush will see it. Couple of dribbles here for Bosch, Ball goes left wing. Here's a 3 by Richter. No good. Rebound comes down to Sundin, his 1st. Chargers with Rainsbury. Rainsbury season in the front court. Nelson County left and inside to Baglow. Baglow with the basketball, couple of dribbles. Baglow leads it to Sundin. Sundin back on top here as it goes to Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt right inside as they work with it. Right wing to Anderson. There's a foul on the play for Linton-HMB for Wagner. His second, team's 5th, trying to get in front of Ryder Schmidt, who is coming towards the paint. And Ryder will head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Going to the free throw line to shoot 2 for Nelson County is number 31.
2 free throw attempts on the way here for Schmidt. 11 points on the way for the senior forward as Schmidt comes up short on the 1st. Jeremo to check back in alongside with Huso, the 5'10 sophomore. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for Mr. Schmidt. Second free throw attempt with the right-handed toss is going to get the shooter's roll. He'll have 12 points now in this first half. Nelson County leads it by 2 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Jokum in the front court. We'll see this one now to Richter, back to Jokum. Jokum with a couple of dribbles here for Linton-HMB. Looks for a teammate, takes a couple of ball screens here. Jokum on the drive. He'll float from 15. That comes up short. Rebound to Baglow. As Baglow will see this one here and bring it across the timeline and leaves it off now to Huso. Huso left and inside as Schmidt posted up on the interior. Anderson will see it to Jeremo, little triangle. Ball gets deflected, eventually won by Richter. Turnover for Nelson County, their 4th. in the front court here for Linton-HMB. Ball gets swung left of the key as they see it now for the Lions here with Jokum. Jokum with the basketball, takes a couple of dribbles, bounce pass right-hand side, nearly stolen away. It is Zane Anderson, had it, but then it's won back by Jokum here for the Lions. 8 seconds play here in the half. Jokum with the basketball, crossing that timeline with 5. Jokum with a driving kick, baseline three-pointer here for Wagner, up long. Bangalow with the rebound, and that's how we'll end this first half of play. After the opening 16 minutes on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Nelson County 26, Linton-HMB 24, as we head to our halftime show.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At IRE Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact IRE Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Our Peterson Farm Seed Reps, real-life seed heroes, well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm Seed Reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed, we're that kind of seed company.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
At the half here on YourLiveEvent.com, it's Nelson County and Linton-HMB with the Nelson County Chargers up 26-24. Broadcasting today from the Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Agency broadcast booth. Your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. For more information, get in touch with Chris at 701-757-1613 with Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Company. First half numbers go like this. Nelson County 12 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second. Linton-HMB with a pair of 12-point quarters in this contest. The Chargers with 5 players in the scoring column. They've hit 3 threes, 3 of 6 from the free throw line so far here for Nelson County. Check that, make that 3 of 8 from the free throw line with 2 made 3-pointers, 14 rebounds, and 5 turnovers. While for Linton-HMB, they have 7 first-half turnovers, 6 players in the scoring column. They've hit 5 3-pointers here from 3 different players. They're 3 of 4 from the free throw line with 12 rebounds. Individually, Ryder Schmidt with 12 points and 4 boards for Nelson County. You got 5 for Jackson Jeremo. 4 points, 5 rebounds for Anderson, 3 points for Baglow, and 2 boards and 2 points here for Brody Rainsbury for Nelson County. While for the Linton-HMB Lions, led by the 7 points of Brody Richter, Justin Bosch with 6 points and 2 made threes here for Bosch. You got 5 points for Silvernagel, 2 of 2 from the free throw line here for Linton-HMB. 2 points then for Jokum, 2 points for Massett. That's Peyton, 2 points for Parker Massett, and Carson Wagner with 4 rebounds. At the half, it's 26-24 Nelson County. Back with a scoreboard update when we return.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Embrace the joy of community at Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, where wonderful neighbors and energetic minds come together. If you're seeking more than just a place to call home, you found the right spot with Halstead Living Center and Heritage House. Whether your interests lie in music, agriculture, sports, or dancing, you'll find someone who shares your passion and expertise. Discover a fulfilling lifestyle filled with connection and celebration with Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead. Get more information by calling 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
As we continue, update for you, Bishop Bryan with the lead over Wilton and Wing in the state qualifiers out in Minot, 31-28 for Bishop Bryan over the Wilton and Wing Miners late in the fourth quarter. Last check, Fargo Davies getting a little bit closer to Minot, 56-52 last check in that contest. Earlier today here from the Shack, North Star defeated Edgeley Cullen Montpelier 55-48. Hangler with a nice performance for North Star with 21 points and 9 rebounds. They will also join R.A. Deemers in the state tournament, who picked up a win earlier today over Bowman County. So that's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard from games earlier today in Division B. In Division A, the bracket is set. Central Cass, the number 2 seed, will go up against Turtle Mountain at 1 o'clock on Thursday from the Fargo Dome. And then from there, the 3-6 matchup of Four Winds Minnewacan and Shiloh Christian at 2:45 on Thursday. Evening bracket, Devils Lake Dunseith at 6:30 with Beulah Wahpeton at 8:15 in the 4-5 matchup. That's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard and also the State A Boys Basketball Tournament. At the half, Nelson County led by the 12 of Schmidt, while for Linton-HMB led by the 7 of Richter. Back with the second half when we return.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
High school basketball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you inside the Shield Center. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're enjoying this broadcast, simply give us a like on this stream. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share it, that, and more here as we get you ready for the second half. Nelson County leads it by 2 in their home whites with the black numerals and lettering with Chargers across the front. They'll see this at the high post. Gerlo. Lions in a man-to-man. Right-hand side, Rainsbury. Rainsbury slips it inside to Schmidt. Schmidt now to Baglow. Baglow on the right baseline. This one gets batted out of bounds by Bosch here for Linton-HMB. Linton-HMB in their maroon uniforms here with the gold numerals and lettering outlined in white. Lions across the front. Chargers on the inbounds. We'll see this up top to Baglow. Now to Rainsbury. Rainsbury sets up the offense, leaves it left and inside. That'll go to Anderson on the interior to Schmidt. Now to Gerlo. He'll rise. Top of the key. 3 and an out, no good. Schmidt goes skies for the loose ball. Now it goes to Rainsbury. As they work with it, now left and inside to Anderson. Anderson at the left wing trying to back his defender down inside the paint. Runner from 6 feet, no. Rebound 1 to the Lions here with Jaden Jokum. Lions will bring this one up the floor. As they do, driving kick, Richter, right wing, rainbow triple is short off the iron. Rebound 1 by Silvernagel. Silvernagel with the loose ball, leaves it left and inside of Jokum. Jokum with the jab step as he gets it to the high post, looks inside on the baseline, cut on the way for Richter. And we get a timeout here for Alex Jangula. We'll take a break as well. 7:02 left to play in the third quarter. Nelson County will continue to play some defense. Lions with the ball. When we return.
Jacob at a Red Angus annual bull sale Thursday, March 19th at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. 60 of the region's highest quality Red Angus bulls plus 12 elite hand-picked registered heifers. Request a catalog today. Same reliable program, new exciting genetics. March 19th, the annual bull sale. Visit Facebook Jacobson Red Angus or call Gary Jacobson 701-361-3189. Jacobson Red Angus annual bull sale. The sale will be live on TV auction Thursday, March 19th, 1 p.m.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. Lions will inbound it here as they do. This one nearly gets tipped. Richter will see it. Now to Bosch. Bosch will see this top of the key, right-hand side to Richter. Little zone matchup here for Nelson County as the ball works its way up top. With it now is going to be Peyton Massett to Bosch to the baseline. Silvernagel, left pocket, three-pointer short. Rebound is loose, eventually won by Rainsbury, his second board of the game. Rainsbury will see this one in the front court as they do right-handed side of Zane Anderson. Anderson at the right wing looks for a teammate as they go high-low to Schmidt. Schmidt from the right block. There's a jumper by Anderson, and the three-pointer is up and in. Zane Anderson, 7 points and 5 rebounds as Nelson County leads it by 5. Lions will see this in the front court as they do right wing to Richter. Richter up and over on the pass to Bosch as they leave it left wing. Bounce pass inside looking for Silvernagel. Good hand defensively, and they work with it up the floor as Baglow loses it. Goes the other side now to Massett. Jokum at the left wing. Jokum, bounce pass up top to Justin. Bosch now to Jokum. Jokum on the baseline, bounce pass right-hand side as they work with it around the world. Top of the key, Rainbow arching three was halfway down, no, by Massett. Rebound comes the hands of Jeremo. His first board of the contest. Rainsbury will see this. Rainsbury lost it, it's deflected in the backcourt. Rainsbury right-handed side now to Anderson. Anderson right wing jumper from 14, that goes long. Rebound for Schmidt from the left block, up and in. Ryder Schmidt with 14 points and 6 rebounds here for the Chargers. Lions will see this one up the floor as they handle it now. Bosch will see it right wing, right-hand side to Richter, to the baseline, Silvernagel. Silvernagel takes 2 dribbles down the paint, slip pass on the interior, throws it up, and this will be off the hands of a Charger of Ryder Schmidt after Massett had it on the inside and looking to go up with it. 5:14 to play here in the third quarter, and just like they did in the first quarter, They're doing it in the third quarter here for Nelson County off a really good run. And it's another turnover on the inbounds as Schmidt gets the steal. Rainsbury will see this in the front court as Rainsbury at the left wing takes a couple of dribbles right-handed side to Anderson. Anderson looks for a teammate, finds one to Baglow here on the right baseline. Baglow will utilize it, takes the dribble back as they work with it to the left-handed side to Rainsbury. Inside to the Chargers, it gets tipped out to Anderson. Anderson to Baglow here with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Schmidt posting up on the inside, it's a turnover. Silvernagel gets the steal. Bosch will see this up the floor, left-handed side, Silvernagel. Silvernagel jumper from 16, partially blocked by Baglow, and it will be in the hands here of Nelson County with Rainsbury as he wants to slow it up a little bit now for Nelson County. So far for the Chargers, it's a 5-0 run here to begin this second half of play. Left-handed side for the Chargers as they go left wing. It'll go to Schmidt, back up top to Jeremo, back to the top of the key to Anderson. Anderson left wing will shoot the left wing three-pointer for Schmidt. This one goes off the mark. Rebound is Silvernagel, his second. Bosch with the head of steam, sees one up the floor. Stop, pop, the three-pointer off the iron. No, rebound going to be loose, and eventually one here to Zane Anderson. Anderson gets into a double team. Then it's the Lions den as they get on the floor, and we get a jump ball, and the arrow will make its way for Linton-HMB. So 3:52 left to play in the third quarter. 31-24, Nelson County with the advantage after getting on the deck for that one was Ryder Schmidt. And Ryder Schmidt might have popped out the shoulder as he's not moving that left shoulder too much. So he'll check out right now. That's a big blow if that's the case for the Chargers for a little bit as he'll get checked out. As for the Chargers, Taven Huso back in the game. Also able to see Sundin in here for Nelson County. Ball goes left and inside. Here for Linton-HMB, it goes right wing to Richter. Richter on the interior, ball gets slipped and it will be a turnover. Here on the Lions, it'll be their third of the second half, 10th of the contest. And Linton-HMB right now just looking to get something offensively brewing here, which has been a little difficult in this third quarter as it stands right now. Rainsbury left wing with the basketball, head of steam to the paint. This one will be a blocking foul on Linton-HMB. Peyton Massa with the foul, his third, team's first of the quarter, and we'll see 2 free throws for Rainsbury. 2 points and 3 boards so far for Brody in this contest. The line wasn't kind for Nelson County in the first half. They went 3 of 8, but they make the first one here now with 3 points as Rainsbury. Get a substitution in the game here for Linton-HMB as the Lions will bring in Wagner back in as subbing out here will be Massett. Second free throw attempt on the way here for Brody as Rainsbury makes both of them. Got the shooter's roll. He's got 4. Nelson County leads by 9. A full court press here for the Chargers as Justin will bring this in the front court. Into the back now, nearly an over and back as they give it up top now to Silvernagel. This one will go back up top as they reverse it. Left wing, Jokum, ball fake. Jokum thought about a 3. Jokum with a couple of dribbles gives it back to Silvernagel, looking to reverse it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Inside, there's the step, the shot. They keep with it. Richter, extra pass. Jokum got to get a shot attempt off Cat. That's a shot clock violation here on Linton-HMB. 2:49, they get 2:59 to play. Full court pressure defense here for Linton-HMB, and this will be a foul as Rainsbury will bring it in the front court. Little body contact here for Brody Richter. His first, team's second of the quarter. 2:56 to play here in the third. It's Nelson County on a 7-0 run in this third quarter as it stands right now. Chargers will see this in the front court as they do right wing. They give this to the high post. And we'll see Schmidt back into the game, which is good from a Charger perspective. Sundin turnaround jumper, no. Follows his own miss, put back up and in. Landon Sundin now 2 points and 2 rebounds. The Chargers with their largest lead of the game here at 11. Lions will see this one with Bosch in the front court. Bosch right wing to Richter. Richter will see this one as the Chargers stay in this 2-3 zone. Richter bounce pass, Bosch at the left wing. Bosch to the baseline here, ball fake on the way for Wagner. Up top now to Richter on the skip as they reverse it right inside to Jokum. Jokum see it at the right wing, step through. Jokum wraparound pass. This one goes to the baseline. Jumper from 13 is up and long after the attempt by Wagner. Rebound here for the Chargers. The Chargers with Zane Anderson gets the loose ball. That'll be his 7th board of the game, and we'll get a timeout on the floor. Tyson Ackerman takes a timeout. Chargers fans on their feet. It's Nelson County on a 9-0 run here in the 3rd quarter.
At Hometown Credit Union, we believe banking should feel personal. That's why we take the time to know your name and your goals. From everyday banking to life's big milestones, we're with you. Whether you're buying your first home, growing your business, or planning for the future, we are here every step of the way. Hometown Credit Union. Your hometown, your people, your credit union.
(35-24), Nelson County with the advantage here over Linton-HMB. Just over 2 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. Proud to be local, supporting local teams and communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All things considered, Linton-HMB not playing bad defense. They just haven't been able to get anything to go through the cylinder in this quarter. As Schmidt will see this up top. Huso, top of the key, rainbow 3, short. Rebound comes down eventually, going to be won by the Lions with Jokum. That'll be his 2nd board. The Lions can't get anything in transition. Bosch will see this front court. Bosch slip pass left wing, and this one is a turnover as he was looking for Charles. Make that for Carson Wagner. In for the Lions, that's their 5th turnover of the 2nd half, as he will sub out. Lions will make a substitution in with Peyton Massett. And for Alex Jangala, just talking it over here with his junior guard, and Justin on the bench. Nelson County bounce pass right-handed side as they will see this to Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt with the skip left wing to Huso. Huso 2 hard dribbles to the paint, up and off the window, no. Rebound loose, Sundin will get it, and there's a foul before the shot. As Sundin will get the rebound here for Nelson County. It'll be his 3rd. Foul will be assessed on Richter. His 2nd, team's 3rd substitution into the contest is Peyton Massett, as he will come in for Wagner. As the Chargers will inbound it here with Zane Anderson. Anderson, right baseline, slip pass inside Sundin, off the window, no. Ball is loose, and eventually Linton-HMB will see it, and a foul for Nelson County. Foul on Nelson County, their 1st of the quarter. This will be on Anderson, his 1st, team's 1st. And with 1:19 left to play in the 3rd, Linton-HMB looking to get off that 24-point schneid, if you will. They are scoreless, have yet to shoot a free throw attempt as well in the 3rd quarter. 2-3 zone continues by the Chargers. Ball gets swung around left-handed side as this one goes to Richter. A little flare screen right wing to Massive, back up top as this one goes to Jokum as they work into the baseline. Silvernagel gave up a 3-point attempt. He's going to drive. Ball gets tipped, and Silvernagel will take it top of the key. Lions drive, kick to the baseline. Here's a right pocket 3. Off the iron, no. Rebound is loose on the inside. Last touch by Silvernagel, and the Lions will give it back to Nelson County. Jeremo will check into the game here for Nelson County. Sundin will check out. Well, for the Lions, able to bring Bosch back into the game as the Lions with Jokum will make a substitution. And all things considered, Linton-HMB could be down a lot more than 11 as it stands right now with 0 points here in this quarter. Ball gets to the left and inside Anderson. Anderson with the head steam to the paint, gets tripped up and count it! Anderson with 9 points and 7 rebounds. Massive picks of the foul, his 4th, and again, no one just scored the ball there after they were trying to dump on the backcourt. Anderson easily with the walk-in layup. Anderson converts the 3-point play. He's got 10 and make this now a 12-point quarter for Nelson County. As they will continue in this little 2-2-1 3-quarters press. Trying to slow up this Lions offensive attack, and they've done it perfectly here in the 3rd. Ball gets tipped. Ends up now with Parker Massett. Massett at the left wing. Double team comes. Ball gets swung. Right of the key here to on the way to Justin. Bosch will lose it. Turnover. Goes the other side of the floor. Huso at the left baseline. Saves it before it goes out of bounds. Working. Jerlo up top. Left-handed side out to Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt with 13 seconds as Nelson County wants to hand this ball off. They do to Huso. Huso in the paint drive kick as it goes to Baglow now right of the key. Ball gets swung to Huso with 6 seconds. Huso rips it through. He'll rise. The college range three-pointer short. Rebound is loose. It'll come down to Richter. And that's how we'll end this third quarter of play. Nelson County shuts out Linton-HMB in the third quarter where they outscore them 12-love as we make our way to the fourth on YourLiveBet.com.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
Our Peterson Farm seed reps, real-life seed heroes, well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed, we're that kind of seed company.
Broadcasting from the Nodak Insurance Chris Moen Agency broadcast booth, your agents with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County at 701-757-1613. They work it inside to Jeremo as they go to Anderson to Jeremo on the interior. Jackson's got 7, and for Nelson County make it a 14-0 start out of the intermission. They blanked Linton-HMB in the third quarter. Richter on the baseline, bounce pass inside, no shot. Now to Silvernagel, left wing three-pointer, that's off. It's an air ball. Rebound comes down to Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt with his 7th board of the contest. And the Chargers right now, the story of this game is the defense after they were up by 2 going into the half. Ball will make its way to Huso. Huso dribble, leaves it up top to Anderson. Right wing now to Rainsbury. On the interior to Jeremo. Jeremo spins on the right baseline. Shot is up long. Rebound. A touch and a foul here on Ryder Schmidt. That'll be his second, team's first of the fourth quarter. If you're Linton-HMB, you have time, but how can you figure out this 2-3 zone a little bit that has discombobulated Linton-HMB, and also they just haven't had a lot of second looks in this half as well. Lions in the front court. We'll see this one right wing. Linton-HMB will handle it now with Wagner. Wagner gets walled off left and inside to Jokum. Jokum with a jab step here as Janin takes a couple of dribbles. Baseline runner is up and in, and the lid is off the rim. It took 9 minutes and 8 seconds, but the Lions are on the board here in the second half. Huso, front court. Huso crossing over right to left, leaves it left and inside out to Anderson. Anderson right, left wing will give this one inside to Schmidt. Schmidt with a couple of dribbles up top to Huso. Huso with the basketball, crossing over right to left, rising, left elbow jumper, short rebound here on the interior, turn around, put back up and got it. Jeremo with the putback, he's got 9 points and 2 boards. Lions here for Linton-HMB in the front court with Jokum. Will zing us one right-handed side. Ball goes to baseline now. Massett lost it on the drive. Good hand defensively by Anderson. Turnover for the Lions, their 14th of the contest. As the ball will go right-hand side to Rainsbury. Rainsbury here at the right wing, slip pass to Jeremo. Jeremo looks for a teammate here as they give this one to Huso. Huso with a cradle rock at the left wing, lost it, and a foul on Linton-HMB. Foul on the Lions as they will assess. As this would go on Parker Massett, his first. And right now for Linton-HMB, with Bosch to check back in, they just got to find a way to get a handful of defensive stops. Huso, 3! Catch and shoot off the inbounds, and Huso with the triple on Nelson County. They might be thinking they're 5.5 minutes away from making it to state here for the Chargers. Jokum ball fake, gives it up top with it, hard dribble inside. This one throws it up, and there's a foul. Brody Richter to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul assessed here on on Nelson County. Jeremo with the foul, his first, team second. 2 free throw attempts on the way. Minot High able to win the state championship in AA girls over Davies earlier tonight. There's one championship game left now in the state in AA with Bismarck and Bismarck Century. Free throw attempt on the second for Richter. Up and good. He's got 9. Substitution for the Lions as Peyton Massett will check in. While the Lions will sub out Wagner here. The Lions with work to do will have a full court pressure defense. Rainsbury will see this in the back to Anderson. Anderson with the ball fake gives it up the floor to Rainsbury. Rainsbury inside the paint. Drive at the right wing, kick to the right-handed side here for the Chargers with Huso. Back to Rainsbury here who calls out the offense. Huso right wing inside Jeremo. Jeremo looking to spin on the drop step. At the right block, comes up and in for 2. Jeremo now with 11 points, and the Nelson County Chargers lead at 47-28. Bosch in the front court will see this one to the right wing as they hand it with Jokum. Jokum skips it to Bosch to the baseline. Silvernagle, he'll rise. A 3, long, missing everything. Rebound to Anderson, his 8th of the contest. Nelson County with Ryder Schmidt now in the front court. Schmidt will take a couple of dribbles as it goes right-handed side to Zane Anderson. Anderson will spin on the baseline. Anderson step through, block shot by Silvernagle. Jokum will see it now to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Jokum here at the right block. As they give it to Schmidt, he'll launch the 3-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound skied by Silvernagle, and a foul here on the way. Silvernagle with the rebound, his 3rd. Foul will be assessed. This will be on Anderson, his 2nd, team's 3rd foul of the half. Right now, Linton-HMB running out of time and running out of possessions. Left-handed side goes Richter. Richter at the left wing takes a couple of dribbles, gets walled off there by Schmidt. Silvernagle bounce pass up top. Jokum 3-pointer from the top of the key short. Rebound is loose. Jokum will come away with it. Jokum will see this to the baseline. Silvernagle now to Bosch. Bosch at the right wing, back up top as they're able to reverse it to Richter. Wrap around, and this one gets tipped out of bounds here by Schmidt. Nelson County being very active defensively. They only give up 47 points per game. The season low for Linton-HMB, 36 against Oaks back on December the 20th, and that one might be in jeopardy right now as it stands, unless they can get some offense going. Richter at the top will leave it Bosch, right wing. Bosch rips it through dribble. Now back to Silvernagle. Silvernagle, and there's a foul on Anderson. Zane Anderson with the foul. That'll be his 3rd, team's 4th. That could help Linton-HMB trying to get back in this one if they can get to the bonus and make some free throws. Ball will go up top to Bosch. They need it. 3-pointer is up and in. Timeout on the floor for Alex Jangala. It's 47-31, 4 minutes left to play here on the way as Bosch hits the 3-pointer. He's got 9 in the contest for Linton-HMB.
The world of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
High school basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. 47-31, Nelson County with the lead over Linton-HMB. Anderson in the backcourt. Use up the dribble, sees this one now to Huso. Huso in the front court trying to get out of a double team here as Huso makes his way up now to Anderson. Anderson will slow it up and give it back here to Huso. Lions looking to double where they can in the front court. Rainsbury up top now to Schmidt. Schmidt at the free throw line, bounce pass to Anderson as they leave it to Huso on the right baseline. Huso will see it here with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Huso lost it, able to get the steal the other side of the floor. Jokum to the paint, he's going to get fouled. Jokum to the free throw line. This one could be on Rainsbury. The foul will be on Brody. His 2nd. That'll be the team's 5th, and 2 free throw attempts on the way here for Linton-HMB as they will head to the free throw line. Jokum free throw attempt on the way, 4 points and 3 rebounds as Jokum free throw attempt is up and in. As Jokum leads it now with 5 points here for Linton-HMB. Second free throw attempt on the way is up and in. As Linton-HMB will make a substitution with Peyton Massett will check in, while Wagner will check the contest. And for the Lions, clock stop, get some points. Can you get a steal or two here and get some easy buckets? Rainsbury sees it and nearly into a double team, but the foul first on the little hand check here for Linton-HMB with Jokum. That'll be his second, team second. As Linton-HMB is in the bonus for any more Nelson County fouls, but on the opposite side, they got a handful to give. Jeremo will see this one in the backcourt, and it was nearly stolen away, but a foul on Silvernagle. Otherwise, it would have been an easy layup by Massett. His third, team's third. With 3:21 to play in the fourth quarter. Nelson County will see this one as they do. Huso, he lost it. Jokum gets the steal with the spin off the window. Good for 2. Jaden Jokum now with 8. Lions back within 12. Full court press working in terms of getting some steals. Rainsbury sees this right-handed side to Schmidt. This will be an offensive. Will be offensive or a block. You have one that says offense. The other says it's a block. As we'll see a blocking foul here on Linton-HMB, here on Silvernagle. His 4th, team's 4th. He had one official, and Engelbretson saying that it was a block. On the opposite side, he had one with Mr. Enum Grant say it was a charge, but Brent Engelbretson says it's a blocking foul, and inbounding it will be Jordan Larson here with our other 3rd official, as he will hand this one off to Anderson, now to Baglow. Baglow at the right baseline here. We'll give it back up top. Jeremo will see this one here for Nelson County as they work with it to Baglow, right wing. Baglow guarded by Bosch. Baglow uses up the dribble down to Anderson. And we get a timeout here for Mr. Ackerman and Nelson County. 2:52 to play in the fourth quarter. 47-35 Chargers up in front.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back. With an impressive lineup of goodies, including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill, you'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Nelson County will have 2 remaining. The same for Linton-HMB. Both teams in the bonus from here on out for the last 2:52 as Rainsbury gets the ball in. Right-handed side now to Anderson. Anderson at the right elbow. Jumper partially blocked. And they hit the deck there with Schmidt as they work with it back up top and never drew iron. And they're going to make sure that they got everything situated here as Linton-HMB might have just rolled a little bit of the ankle, and Jokum also holding the wrist, so there was no advantage to be played as they swung it back out after the rebound here for Ryder Schmidt. So Jokum will get subbed out for as Massett will check in after Jokum holding on to his wrist here for Linton-HMB, and that's the left wrist. Chargers inbound it to Rainsbury. Rainsbury will see this here with a couple of dribbles. Trying to get the steal was Bosch, and we get a foul on Linton-HMB. Massett with his second. That'll be the team's 5th, and we'll get 2 free throw attempts here on the way for Rainsbury. Rainsbury 4 points and 3 rebounds on the way for Nelson County. As we'll see the free throw attempts on the way here for Rainsbury. Free throw is up and good. Now with 5 points. Substitution as Huso will check in for Baglow. Second free throw attempt on the way for Nelson County. As the second toss for Rainsbury is in. He's got 6. Substitution able to see Jokum back into the contest here for Parker Massett. Linton-HMB down by 14 points. 2-2-1. Bosch will see this in the backcourt to Jokum. Jokum back to Bosch here at the right wing, leaves it to the baseline. Richter with a couple of dribbles, step through left and inside on the pass as they work with it now to Jokum. Jokum to Richter. Richter at the top of the key, gives it back to Jokum. Left wing three-pointer is going to be off the iron. Rebound though, and we get a foul for Nelson County. Foul assist here for Ryder Schmidt, his third, and we'll see 2 free throws on the way here for Jokum, who's been just a spark of life for this 5'4" junior guard here for Linton-HMB in this fourth quarter, where he's got 6 of the 11 points so far here for the Lions, and now make it 7-12. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming as Parker Massett will check in. Checking out here will be the other Massett here in Peyton. And for the Lions, free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for Jokum. Hits the second one. Another substitution as Wagner will check in here for Linton-HMB as Silvernagel will check out with those 4 personal fouls. So for Alex Jangula, a little defense-offense substitutions here. Now it's the defensive side as Nelson County looking to break the press. It gets tipped in the hands of Rainsbury. Rainsbury will see in the front court to Anderson, and there's a foul. Foul comes on Richter, his third. We'll see 2 free throw attempts on the way here for Nelson County with Zane Anderson.
For Nelson County at the free throw line shooting 2, it's number
Nelson County 8 of 13 from the free throw line. A much better second half than the first, where they went 3 of 8 from the stripe. Second half, they'll miss this one. Now, in the second half, they are 5 of 6 from the stripe. Silvernagel will check back in for Parker Massett. Second free throw attempt on the way here for Anderson. Anderson, second free throw, up and off the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Linton-HMB with Richter. Richter wants to push in transition. Jokum at the left baseline, lost it out of bounds as he was trying to go up and try to see if he could get Schmidt to bite. Schmidt through bio, but Jokum couldn't hang on to the basketball. Turnover, that's the 15th. Silvernagel will check out. Full court pressure defense again for Linton-HMB as they got to make sure they get everybody set defensively here as Anderson will inbound it here in the backcourt. Anderson gets it into Rainsbury, back to Anderson. Anderson sees it tipped by Bosch, right to Rainsbury's hands, though, and a foul as the clock will stop with 1:56. Foul on Jokum, his third. 2 free throws upcoming. One more time for Mr. Rainsbury. Nelson County, you take a look at their state tournament appearances, never as Nelson County as the Chargers. Dakota got there 4 times in 1936, 38, 75, and 76. As Rainsbury misses the free throw attempt. Dakota Prairie Tolna got there in 1994 and 2009. But the Chargers looking to make it for the first time here as Nelson County with this co-op. 1:56 to play in the fourth quarter. Free throw attempt number 2 for Rainsbury to try to get to 50, and it's up and in, and Nelson County does get to 50 on that Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Bosch crossing the timeline here as he does, able to spin, takes the ball screen, drive kick, Jokum, bounce pass left and inside as this one goes to Massett. Jokum will see it here at the left wing. There's a 3-pointer on the way by Massett Long. Rebound's going to be 1, and eventually here to Nelson County with Huso. And Huso will shoot 2 free throw attempts. The foul will be assessed on Richter, his 4. So you got 4 on Richter, Silvernagel, and Mr. Peyton Bassett here for Linton-HMB. Huso to the line here for Nelson County. And right now, the Chargers 100 seconds away from having 3 teams from Region 2B make it to the state tournament. Free throw attempt by Huso is up and in. You had Midway, Minto, North Star, and now Nelson County trying to see if they can add to it as well here from Region 3. Free throw attempt on the second one, got it. Lions will see this one behind the back as they bring in the backcourt. Jokum, right wing. Here's a 3-pointer by Richter off the iron. No rebound. Silvernagel put back up and in. Time on the floor for Alex Jangula to stop the clock. all have 90 seconds left in the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. We'll take a break as well. 52-39, Nelson County up by 13.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com as out west here in a state qualifier right now. It's a dandy between Bishop Bryan and Wilton and Wing. Miners get the rebound, and they're currently trailing here by 2 with just a handful of seconds left in the contest down at the Minot Auditorium. Here from the Shield Center, 52-39 Nelson County with 1:30 left to play. Broadcasting from the Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Agency broadcast booth. Your agents with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. That's Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Company. Full court pressure defense. Linton-HMB will foul as they do. Charles Schultz, the freshman, will pick up the foul. As we'll see, 2 free throw attempts on the way here yet again for Houston, as Linton-HMB is trying his best to stretch out the portion of this game down by 13, and foul situation galore. As you'll see, the free throw opportunity here by Houston. Free throw is up and in. That was 6 points in the game as Silvernagel will check in. Richter will check back in as well. Free throw attempt on the second one upcoming here for Houston. Right now, the Linton-HMB Lions, the story of this game, if you're just joining us, is the 12-point quarter by Nelson County where they scored 12, but they gave up 0 to Linton-HMB. Richter, right wing, will give this one up top to Jokum. Back to Richter. Richter to Jokum as they work it to Bosch. Bosch top of the key. Jokum, he'll launch the three-pointer right wing. That's going to go long. Rebound here on the inside. One by Ryder Schmidt. He will get fouled, and 2 free throws. Schmidt with 14 points, 9 boards in the contest for Nelson County. And with 73 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter, the Charger faithful and start to feel it a little bit as the foul will be on Justin Bosch. Excuse me, the foul will be on Silvernagel, his 5th. He'll finish with 7 points and 3 rebounds on the way here for Linton-HMB. Nelson County with Ryder Schmidt, 14 points, 9 rebounds. We'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2 here for Schmidt. Right-handed toss is up and in. Schmidt now with 15 points here for Ryder. Second free throw attempt on the way. And Schmidt hits them both. Schmidt with 16 points. Nelson County up by 17 as they bring this one to front court. Bosch will leave it left in its side as this one goes on a ball fake to Wagner. Skips it. Richter, right wing three-pointer goes long. Ball is loose. Jeremo will get it and a foul. Payne Massett will foul out of the game. That'll be his 5th. 2 points and 3 rebounds for the senior forward as Jeremo will head to the free throw line. 11 points, 2 boards so far for the 6'6" sophomore center. And you see 2 free throws upcoming here for Nelson County. As Jeremo will shoot the free throw attempt on the way. Free throw is up and in. Second free throw attempt here for the Chargers. Here for Jeremo. As the second free throw is also good. So for Nelson County, they get to 58 points, right at their season average. Ball goes to Bosch, bounce pass right inside Richter. He'll rise, right pocket 3, up and got it. Timeout on the floor is Brody Richter with the 3. He's got 12. And Linton-HMB down by 16 will call a timeout. 53.5 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Timeout on the floor, Nelson County up by 16.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learn from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cazette Seed Sales, Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
As we come back here, here's the 7 teams who have made it to the state tournament to this point officially. Bishop Bryan, Fenzoff, Wilton, and Wing. You got 3 from Region 3 with Ray, Ari Demers, and Bishop Bryan. Central McLean out of Region 4. Midway, Minto, North Star, and Nelson County looking to add to that in Region 2 to make 3 teams from the region. Then Medina, Pingree Buchanan up in Region 1. 53.5 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. It's Nelson County and Linton-HMB. Lions trying their best to extend this game as they can. Trying to get some extra possessions. Anderson looking to inbound it. Ball gets deflected out of bounds here by Jokum after the tip. So they'll see it here for Anderson to inbound it. Anderson, home run pass up the floor, finds it to Huso. Huso, one hard dribble to the paint, up and in for the lay-in. Huso's got 9. Linton-HMB with Bosch in the front court. Bosch leaves it left and inside, ripping it through left wing goes Parker Massett. Drive kick, right baseline, triple is up. That's off the iron, no good. Jeremo gets the rebound, foul, and a bear hug for Parker Massett. That'll be his 3rd foul of the contest, and we'll see 2 free throws for Jeremo. As Nelson County will see this one with Jeremo. As Jeremo will head to the free throw line with 35.9 seconds left to play in this contest. As Jeremo, free throw attempt on the first one is in and out, no good. 13 points in the night for the 6'6 sophomore, the all-Region 2B selection here from Nelson County. And Jeremo's second free throw on the way is short. Rebound 1 to Linton-HMB as they will push the floor here with Jokum. Jokum will see it here. Jumper from 25 feet, got it. Jokum with the 3-pointer. Lions with a full court press as they see this with Anderson. Anderson up the floor as this would be a foul assessed, and Anderson will shoot 2 free throw attempts. So following up will be Brody Richter with his 5th. He'll finish in the contest with 12 points and 6 rebounds. The 3rd Lion player to foul out of this game. As we'll see 2 free throws on the way for Zane Anderson. Anderson, free throw line on the way. Trying to see if he can get to 11 or 12 points on the night. It's the first. He's got 11. Second free throw attempt here on the way for Anderson. Second free throw attempt is up and in. Anderson now with 12. Nelson County leads at 62-45 as Lions here with Bosch. Bosch in the front court will take the screen. This will be a foul. We'll see if it's on who. It looks to be on Rainsbury trying to come through the screen. So Rainsbury will pick up the foul for the senior guard, his 3rd, and we'll see 2 free throws here for Linton-HMB. As they'll make sure they got the right shooter here with Schultz. The 5'8 freshman will head to the free throw line to shoot 2 here for the Lions. Free throws up and in for the Lions. They've hit their free throws here in this fourth quarter, 7 of 7 from the stripe. Free throw attempt number 2 is also up and in for Schultz. Substitution as Michael Kelsch will check in as Wagner will check out. Full court pressure defense for Linton-HMB. Lions will foul and stop the clock with 18.3.
Foul's been charged to Linton-HMB's number 20, Parker Massett.
As Massett will pick up his 4th. And we'll see Huso to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. 9 points here for Huso and Nelson County. They'll get 2 free throw attempts here for Huso, trying to see if he can get into double digits here tonight. Huso free throw is going to be off the iron.
Entering the game for the Lions is number 30.
Nelson County led by the 16 of Ryder Schmidt, the 13 of Jeremo. You got 12 here for Zane Anderson, and trying to get into double digits here is Huso. Trying to score all of his points as well here in this fourth quarter. As the second free throw is in and out, no good. Rebound 1 here to Linton-HMB with Parker Massett. Lions with 13 seconds. Jumper by Jokum. 3-pointer is going to be off the side of the rim. Rebound to the Lions as they will see it here. Block shot by Ryder Schmidt after the attempt by Parker Massett. Now for the Nelson County faithful. You got 6 seconds before this one becomes a reality here for the Chargers to make it to state for the first time in program history, as they see with Ryder Schmidt. On the deflection, ball goes to Bosch, and Linton-HMB will not look to shoot the basketball, and the Nelson County Chargers can make their way to the Mounted State Dome as the Streamers were in the air with a 62-47 win over the Linton-HMB Lions here tonight on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's now time to take a quick break, and we come back. Our post-game show, final stats, highlights, that and more still to come here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At IRE Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact IRE Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
High school basketball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Nelson County is making their way to the Mounted State Dome as we get now to our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Ryder Schmidt, 16 points, 9 rebounds for the senior forward. He had 13 on the way for Jeremo, 12 here for Baglow. 3 for, Baglow, 12 on the way for Anderson, 9 points for Huso, and 7 for Rainsbury, as he had 2 for Sundin here in this contest. On the Enbridge player of the game, again goes to Ryder Schmidt with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Our Agassi Precision Ag play the contest the second quarter, which they shut out Linton-HMB 12-0 in that particular quarter, and that was really the difference maker here in this one, as well as the Nelson County Chargers shut out the Linton-HMB Lions, and in doing so, that defensive third quarter was the story of the game, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-632-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. Here in this one. And from there to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Discover local reliability that you can trust at Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect at halsteadtel.com. For the Nelson County Chargers, able to have that with Zane Anderson with the 12 points and 9 rebounds here in this one. Just nice 1-2 combination for Mr. Anderson and Jeremo, as well as he scored 13 points. That's our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Go to halsteadtel.com. Nelson County, 19 of 31 from the free throw line. They hit 5 3-pointers, 7 turnovers. Well, for Linton-HMB, they would have 15 turnovers here in this contest. 7 players in the scoring column. They go 11 of 12 from the free throw line with 8 threes. Lions led by the 13 points of Jokum, as he was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 12 for Brody Richter with 6 rebounds, 9 on the way for Justin Bosch with 3 threes. 7 points for Isaac Silvernagel, 2 on the way for Schultz, 2 on the way for Massett, that's Payton, and 2 points for Parker Massett as well. That again is your final. We'll take a break and put a ball in our coverage when we return here from the Shield Center.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we come back on the postgame show, 62-47. So here's what the Division B bracket will look like. Not officially in terms of matchups, but the teams who are making their way to the Minot State Dome. Madonna, Pinkham Buchanan, Midway Minto, North Star, Nelson County, Ray, our Redeemers, Bishop Ryan, and Central McLean all making their way to the state at Division B. Division A again, Central Cass, Wahpeton, Devils Lake, Four Winds, Minnewacan, Dunseith, Turtle Mountain, Shiloh, and Beulah. Minot High won the girls AA championship, and still to come, you'll get to the boys championship, which just is about to tip and get underway between Bismarck and Bismarck Century. I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast here throughout the course of the day from the Shack, and join us for more high school sports coming up on Thursday from the State A Boys Basketball Tournament at the Pregame. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks so much for tuning in to High School Hoops here tonight from the Shack.